Even plastic stuff.
See those grey ones are down. And here we go. Welcome to the Blackwood Thunderdome as Sammy and I just get some little bit of chit chat now.
We're back.
We're back. I am joined here this evening by the one and only Mr. Sam Kilford, Australian. Mr. Sam Kilford.
Been Australian my whole life, Tommy.
Well, that's why I thought I'd put it out there. Obviously, last week, did you get to see much of the game?
No, didn't see a single minute of it, to be honest with you.
Is that because Dill wasn't playing?
That was partially the reason, yeah. I only really tuned in for one bloke out on the court, and he had the weekend off. So.
You'll be pleased to know that I gave him grief for not being here from you because I knew what you would have been thinking.
Yeah.
So
in the lead up, I let him know.
Yeah. Well, I actually thought Whitey did a pretty good job, and I'm surprised you got the job of getting him on. Bill, but you know what? Hey, sometimes you just got to feed him, don't you?
Yeah, you got to let him
do. But last week's game, what a cracker. 17-16.
18-17.
18-17. See?
I did see the score.
But 12.1 seconds to go. Set play. Kids throw the ball onto the field. I'm going to reset the clock. Everything's happening down the bottom corner. And the Bombers get up without Jack Woodford.
Yeah, and we know the class that Jack Woodford brings to it. Any game of lacrosse. both ends of the field and through the middle. So yeah, to do that without him, it is massive.
And when they said he was cut last week, I just didn't realise it was his calf.
Yes.
So, you know, but he's tough. Look at him.
Couple of
bandages.
Yeah.
It's a mere flesh wound, as I said last week.
Yeah, that's all right.
We were going to try and line up the Monty Python skit, but obviously back for the Raptors too. You know, Twisty and Hill, in all honesty, in the game. You know, it puts Whitey back on the field. You know, numbers-wise, they're pretty good, and we must say an apology to big Byron Brighton out there, who has lost an immense amount of weight, and they were calling him pussy last week, and I'm going, no way in the world that is Mr. Pussy, wearing number 80. And so yeah, Byron, big shout out to you, mate. Look at him, he's half the man he was.
Looking fantastic, isn't he? Big off season, probably primed for a big field season, I reckon.
Yeah, and Lockie was really good when it mattered last week too, with too early in the last quarter. So he'll be looking to step up as the Bombers just go through their warm-up, and the Raptors here behind us have they're just having a bit of a huddle. Cam wouldn't have been necessarily racked with what he saw last week. And we might just go through the team list now here, Sammy. So
let's have a little look.
I think everyone is basically available here tonight. So I'll go through the Brighton Bombers, mate, and maybe you can go through the Raptors when they come up. So Dougie Brooks, Anson Carter, Mitch Fuss. I haven't seen him out there, to be honest. I haven't seen the Fuss boys out there. So
Matt's
not playing. So
Matt's gone home.
Matt's gone home. So Arlen Lim, Evan Locke, Connor McGee was really good in the cage. He's starting to become a really good young keeper. Byron Pridham, Lockie Pridham, Toby Raymond, Nat Rowe is and Kai Williams. And that is spelled K-H-I, just for those playing the word game at home. There's only one vowel in Kai. And Jack Woodford obviously back into the side. So again, we saw what they had last week. They certainly matched the Raptors early, got a lead and then back out to it. And yeah, we might just have a quick look here at the Raptors team list. It just comes up there. You go through that one.
No worries. Blake Alford, Zach Cloutier, Dave Gow, Ryan Gaspari, who I've been told is a little bit under the weather with some sort of Asian virus, but we're not sure what yet. We'll find out.
Been in the
maybe.
Of Unearthly.
Jared Hines, I heard he had a big week last week.
Whitey.
I'll be up for it. It's a good little. I'll take.
Obviously, do or die once in their previous meetings.
I think the closest may have been the Sea Devils, that took them to overtime. Maybe another one or two close games there, but nothing too much. But yeah, for them to lose that first final shows how much Dylan Mangle can. And an experienced goalkeeper can do for us.
100%, and the competition as a whole has been really tight this year.
Awesome.
I mean, you've seen
fantastic.
Those two semi-finals are a bit of, you know, not as much the Sea Devils and the Raptors game, which didn't. I mean, it was 10-3.
It was 10-3 in the end, but they
got a couple of.
It was always 3 or 4 goals.
It was the first game. The Bombers.
And
what was
out of character for Burnside that
massive,
night.
massive.
A few people down by the looks of it, a bit short on numbers, but very out of character.
Yeah, and as I said, they lost Silky that night. He drives a lot of what they do, not only with what he does on the field, but with the presence he creates out there with his voice and things like that. So, but massive game. I'm really looking forward to it.
This is going to be good, and it'll be my first time commentating this season, so I only come out when the
big guns. Mate,
you know.
You know what? When it matters.
Schick has been great. Schick's
on fire. You know, he said that the world record was set last week for the amount of resets. And there was 42 in the first quarter resets, so it'll tell you what the game was doing.
Yeah, a lot of shots.
And I didn't actually get home to count them up later, but they were running at about the 128 mark for the. So when you think of how many shots it's had within that 128 for a reset.
Yeah. That's a lot.
That's a lot. So, and we don't expect anything less tonight with these two teams. As Pete Macklin just goes through his charges at the moment with his work, and then we've got the Raptors just out behind us. As I believe we may even get a special interview just before we start with your main man.
This makes me so happy.
I know.
So happy.
You know what? Not only is it the first time out, Sammy, when them matters.
I'll come over.
Guess what? Now we get
have a look at him.
Now we get to play with your favourite. Here he comes. Look at this. Let me put that on him. Look at this. Now he can hear us. So Dill obviously missing last week, but you know, really tight game. And then wins.
We must win. Absolutely.
And Sammy reckons you've got one bad quarter in you.
Every week. There's a little period. There's always a little.
More than that.
You just got to capitalise on it. That's all.
Yeah. So what wins the game tonight?
Goalkeeping.
Goalkeeping.
Last week wasn't much. Shout out to James that jumped in the cage. But 18 to 19 is really a score you want to see.
No.
See if we can keep him around 10.
And how many's Jesse on for tonight?
7. 4. Sam?
Oh, I took over 5. That could be, yeah, 6 or 7.
The game's responsible.
No.
But yeah, look, it's certainly getting ready to be an absolute crack, and we hope it is the game like last week. And hopefully, for your sake, we can get it to a game 3.
Exactly.
Does the phone work?
The phone works.
The phone works?
You heard it here.
All right.
Long time conversion.
We appreciate your time here, mate. I'll take
Good luck.
them off you. Good luck tonight. And we do appreciate all the players getting giving us the ability to interact with them over the journey. And he was a bit sweaty, wasn't he?
He was. Yeah, well, that's the equipment though, isn't it?
It is, indeed.
You put that stuff on and it just starts pouring out of every...
So here we go. We're about ready to go. And as we just get the camera moving down here, and the man himself, as always.
It's not me tonight.
It's not you tonight. Here we go. Christian just getting set up. What don't they do with the
Just get straight.
So we have Alfred. We have Alfred here against Woodford, and the first draw is about to be taken. They did that last week a lot. They stay short.
If you get in trouble, pull out. Which one's in? This ring. If you get in trouble, back out. It's really a dance between
Woodford, that one's going to
looking with this eye, looking with that eye.
Makes it feel good.
And why wouldn't you in game 2 of the Living Choice South Australia Indoor Lacrosse Grand Final?
So pretty strong starting crowd here for the Raptors with 50 players. Good players, kind of dropping to his knees early. Leading as well, we've got Lockie bringing it up.
Magic throws and find his way all the way back there by himself. He is the first bloke every time there's a shot. He's very smart. Knows that that's the game. If your bloke's shooting or coming down the side, be a touch here for us.
Another shot for Jesse outside. Probably just a cheeky little reset shot. No score here.
Standing up, goes through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a BTB behind the back. Finds out. So they have 14 seconds left on the shot clock. They look inside. There's the nightclub owner there just finding his own way into the club. 3 seconds to go. Straight off the keeper. Straight up into step down to Gal. Oh, that's coming to chest. Up the chest, top left-hand corner, and if you look at the replay here, Cameron is fine just playing inside. There's not much defense happening. Give him transfer in the middle of the chest and on an angle. Really good pick and roll though. Coming from right behind the side. Coming down the side and a little shovel pass feed back to Gal. Cut the ball. That's pretty good passing across from that left-hand side of the run. The Thursday night club owner, Mr. K-Man, getting off the ground ball. He gets his first GB for the night. And we have 8:17 to go on the clock here on the Living Choice clock. Scoreboard says, or look inside the shovel. Good pick up there from Chris. Reset happening here, Carter's out. Good there, and Hines winning 1-1. Body position, should have stepped to his right, shut the outside. Gets one back the other end and saves that one as well. Ball into the Raptors kick. They are 1-0 up here with 7:06 to go in the third. So a different story already. Jeffy from the outside misses everything all together. Different story than last week, I take it, Tony, with 1 in 5 minutes. This isn't going to be a there's a lift of one over. And that's what they were missing last week, where they were just those inside ones where they weren't having to make the Bombers' defence do much. You can see here, just finds himself on the back side. He's nice at the back of the cut. That's Chris. Top right hand shoulder and 2-0, and this is where we were about 4 minutes last week, but it was the other way around. So the Bombers with a fair bit of work to do already, and Dylan coming up with a good stage here. A little bit different than last week. Look at the crowd here tonight. Just if you look at the crowd, the crowd is massive at the moment. Oh, Gow. He's come for a night out, I reckon. He may be wearing the number 13, but we'll be lucky for him this evening. Whiskey, just running down the side here. Just noticed on the sideline. Let him get under him, and from that point he was in a lot of trouble. You can see here on the Living Choice replay, just managed to get under him. From that point, just absorbed 9 out of 10 of those. they've taken some hits, which is going to the more.
Well, good. Got to find the line early. That's what Jack's trying to do.
3:34 to go, or 3:33 in the quarter now. They've got to go something in defense.
Pressure Jesse there.
No penalty. This is what we like. The rubber. There's a matchup. Got to get low on the field. Got to chop that bottom. The young guys and Carter just nailed him. But the penalty is on here. And now we're starting to see a bit more. This is what you want early. You want this early. Absolutely. Get a couple of penalties early, find where they're ready, we're going to see Carter at the end of 2 minutes. We're going to make a statement to glass. That's a 2 minutes penalty.
Okay, so we've got a legal offensive pick there. So he's going to have 2 minutes. Oh, defensive pick, sorry. Lukey just called it a legal offensive pick through our mic. He knew what he was talking about though. So and now we're going to have a time. So someone said, I thought there was a timeout called there given.
Have a look across the top.
Oh, through the 5-hole. My 4 from Jesse might be a little underdone, Sammy. I'm glad you took the overs. As we see on the replay, he steps up here and just doesn't get down low there. And that's his second. It's 4-0 here, and we've got 54 seconds to go in the first. Couple of shout-outs here. Donna Wood says something decent to watch sitting in Singapore airport. So shout-out to you, Donna. Greg Gaspari says we can't hear you, boys. Well, I think we had a little bit of a technical issue with the mics there, but most people like it when they're feeling like it's tone deaf out here. But Sammy Kilford is on the mic tonight, so big save there. 35 seconds to go. And Craig Schicker's watching as well, so...
Looking like the Raptors are going to have 20 seconds on the shot clock with 22 to go in the game clock. So if they can work for that last shot with only 2 or 3 seconds, they will shot the air out of Brighton's first quarter.
And they don't want another one here.
Pick and roll.
And
Gaspari, early 2 assists, 2 goals. That's a beautiful little pick and roll.
As we see here, Sammy, as you were just discussing, beautiful little pick and roll, and Carter just not going defensively with that pick and roll.
Well, there's probably no talk coming from the top, whoever that was, about the pick coming to his right and then no switching at all. So.
And beware the wounded beast, shall we say, Sammy.
They put up 17 last week, didn't they?
Well, the Bombers are on track. The Bombers are on track for 0 at the moment. So
I don't know with the Bombers. They've got some
2 seconds, 1 second, and that is going to finish up the first quarter here at the Blackwood Thunderdome in your Living Choice South Australian Indoor Lacrosse Grand Final number 2. And very, very dominant as we'll... and obviously the sponsors allow us to put this on, so really good from Living Choice and Traditional as well for all your and I was just a little whisper in my ear that Traditional have come on back as sponsors for Lacrosse SATV this year, so huge shout out to Traditional for all your carports, verandas and needs around the house. Give them a buzz and they will certainly look after you. I am still really impressed with the crowd here tonight, Sammy. Or maybe they knew you were turning up.
If they knew that, they could have come out and come out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's me.
Then again, you're in the cage with all that.
They'd probably rather do it listening.
With all that. And a couple of shout outs here while I'm on. Let's Matty Liddell's watching, Craig Schick's watching. Donna Wood, hopefully you can hear us now. Stephen Lang's watching, Charlotte watching. Yeah, he's only got 2 at the moment, Charlotte. I know you love to keep track of how many Jesse's scored. Chad Linden's watching, Jack Zuvich, big shout out to you, buddy. Cole Roberlin is watching, and Dan Mental play. The Mental.
Mental, how you doing? There he is.
There he is, he's watching too. And Dan Mental play says, still hard to hear Kilford. Thank God, he says with smiley face, angry face. So, and Kyle Delaney Carter says, nice quarter. And it was from the Raptors. And I did say that I would give a big shout out to Jake Rosenthal tonight. He just walked past me earlier.
Oh, did he?
And,
so he's here, he's in the building.
He's sitting up there with his feet against the glass. He normally watches on the live stream as well while he's going, but a huge shout out to Jakey Rosenthal and his partner in crime, Dylan Wood, who is sitting up there as well. As,
couple of young lacrosse players from South Australia with a fair bit of talent between them, right?
Just a little. And
I just noticed that that quarter time break. Wayne still talking to the Brighton goalie, still giving him some tips, still talking to him about what's going on, what's happening, how to play the position. So he's made some really good saves tonight, Connor. Just had like the 5 that have come off him.
And Woodford steps in.
Goal!
Bang.
There we go. And that should be a penalty for in the rear, I reckon, if they're going to call it.
So
I don't think they're going to. They're going to let that slide. But I'll tell you one thing about Jack.
Let's have a look here.
No, that's all right.
in the side.
That's in the side. Enough. That's good. Yeah.
We like that. Let that go.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. If when Jack gets fired up, cops a little one like that and scores a goal, he absolutely loves it.
And big shout out here to Karen Meredith as well. And looking forward to seeing Rub and Rocket down here for the Aussie camp tomorrow for all the South Australian-based boys.
So here we go. Jack Woodford, second face-off in a row he's taken control of. Brighton back on the offense. 5-1. Takes another shot. Misses everything altogether. So that'll be the Raptors ball. Over and back.
But it's a good...
The intention's there now. The intention's there. That's what they need.
Just didn't have that in the first quarter.
Well, it was all played on the Raptors' turn that first quarter, so you might see them try and pick it back a little bit. They can get within 2 or 3 by the end. Yes, a big shot.
Free ball, it is. Free ball is goal.
Off the goalie, good save, dropping the legs there.
And you've got to be ready, don't you? Because Jesse will shoot from where he's got a screen every time. As Posty picks up the ball, he's got K-Man inside, tries a little flick, but then goes about the axing. And we're going to have an interference call here on Ryan Gaspari, who doesn't look wrapped with that one. The Raptor.
Not a lot in that ball, really. Just two big balls going at it.
That's what we like to see, isn't it? As Carter.
Just let it go. That probably should have been a turnover there for the Raptors. Should have got that ball back, but mishandled it, and Carter picks up the Lucy.
Just a good tip there from Clothier, just enough to...
Radar is off early, but that's not gonna. That won't change. Well, that will change very soon. Quality young player.
So 7 seconds left of the shot clock. Step down.
There it is.
There we go.
Shooting through screens. Basic box lacrosse. Pick comes up. Throw your stick between them. We've got a game, Tone. 5-3, 2.5 into the second.
Two of those senior Bomber players in Carter and Woodford getting on the board here. And you can see that there was literally about 2 seconds to go in that shot clock. Perfect. Around the screen.
Perfect box across. That's 2 outside bounce shots, both of them. So that might be what they're targeting now. Don't worry about the inside game. Let's try and spread the Raptors defense, get them outside, get them pushing.
Good pick up.
Raptors come up here. Jesse one-on-one with Toby Raymond by the looks of it.
So that'll just be trying to corral him.
Yeah, and you can see Evans not really picking up a man, more playing space at the moment, trying to play.
I was going to say, looking on the bottom corner, because those, good work there from the Bombers keeper.
Not a great shot though, low angle. But goalie was already there. Not a great shot from Twisky, but you've got to take your chances. You only got 30 seconds to hit the cage.
Well, last week they weren't coming off the left-hand side. Now
good
they have the ability.
Kai.
Steps inside.
eBay inside.
And that ball has come off the keeper. Picked up by Twist.
Little one. Jesse bringing it down. Going to go mono with Cowder. Big shot. Another big save.
And Jesse just going about it, isn't he? He's had many shots as we see the Living Choice time clock here at 8 minutes 20 to go in the second term. We apologise for not being able to get it up. And that one's nearly stuck through too.
Another one.
There we go. Those two who are bringing the Bombers back into this game in Carter and Woodford.
Real quick time out there. Cam Adams marching out to the refs. Wants to have a chat with Luke. Wants to know what the deal is. Talking about the knocked up helmet with Gaspari and Lockie in the back corner there, and he has a point. There was nothing in it, but Luke can make that call. You know, if he felt there was something in it, he can make that call.
Yeah. So as we see a couple of replays here on the Living Choice, just steps down. That one's come off. Great pick up there from Woodford. Kicks it back to Carter, and Carter. And you know what? We see that. We see the. So
there you go.
There we go.
Just heard why he's called interference,
and fair enough. Call. So obviously Lukey just came up to us, Sammy, and he just said there was an interference call on the backside, and
that's how he sees it. That's how he sees it. That's their discretion.
And Cam wasn't happy with it, but you know what? There's plenty of those that go on in a game that don't get picked up.
Absolutely.
So, you know, Lukey was right on the spot. That's what he sees. As the ball is needed to be won here, and if the Bombers can pick it up, as they do through Woodford, I'd be looking for Carter here as well, because those two at the moment picks off by Gow. And Gow just says, Guy, get out of my way.
There should be a penalty there, and Luke's called it for being too high, and that's fair enough. Nice high cross check from Guy.
Just kicks it out.
This will be a shot.
And good save again. But,
well, I know we're
40 for gold. 40 for gold.
So that's going to be a hold. Interference.
It'll probably be a cross-check high.
A cross-check, you reckon?
What they're going to call for. Cross-check high, 2 minutes.
Well, that's why you played for Australia, Mr. Kilford.
Yeah, I did
we have you here.
A lot of watching, so you get to learn the game.
So, and a couple of people on the live stream here. We've got Callum Mortimer watching. And Donna Wood says, hooray, we have sound. Marilyn Puss is watching. Daniel Eldston watching. Tom Vick watching as well.
So this will be interesting now, because they're going to get their second power play of the night. Jesse Winnan shot and scored the first power play pretty quickly into it, so we'll see what they do.
So
they do look for Gaspari high left if Jesse can't get the shot. Dave Gow cutting inside, good finisher. Blake Alford couldn't handle the rebound.
And they get another 30.
Fresh 30 on a man up, you'll take that.
Every day of the week. But you saw what the Bombers were doing there. They were trying to get Jesse out and not to be the shooter here.
Which is good. It's a good play. You've got to make someone else make a play.
But what that does is opens up people like Alford, who just finds himself down on the back corner And while you're worrying about one player, often someone else steps up, and we've got a 6-3 ball game here.
It looked like, if we go to the replay here, Tone, I think you'll find that Blake's man came up a little bit, followed the guy up. Blake dropped down to that bottom corner and found himself free as a bird.
And perfect little shot. Didn't have to be hard, just popped it around him.
Yeah, well, placement works more often than not in this game.
So 6-3 here with 5:50 to go.
Well, they've brought it back. It's a 3-goal game, and Brighton are right in this now. 3-1 so far with 5 and a half to go
Woodford
in the
steps
first.
down and bang, there on the,
There it is.
from Carter. So it's the Carter-Woodford show.
Oh, Dylan's throwing the ball. That
That's a
could
penalty.
be a penalty. I don't know what they're going to call here. He's not happy.
Not happy at all.
I don't think they're going to call a penalty and let it slide.
Well, there's your warning.
You wouldn't want to do that too much, that's for sure.
So Lockie McNabb
I
watching.
told you, Dylan, one bad quarter a game.
That's 4 goals this quarter. Mind you, it's the Carter Woodford show at the moment, because those two have either assisted each other or scored the goals so far. As we see Carter step around again, and Nangle did a good pick up there down low.
That's a good save. See how he clears the ball here. Short clears for Dylan Nangle. That's his specialty. Can't throw it after the halfway line. Just got to keep him short, sharp and shiny.
And Tommy Freeman says, hello, Sammy. And Matty Elliott says, love listening to you, Tony. Well, there's my one fan.
Gaspari works his way in. Connor gets beaten near side. Cardinal sin for a goal. He got to hold that near pipe.
And in the blink
Gaspari,
of an eye,
couple of pump fakes, gets underneath, finds himself one-on-one on the crease.
and you just see there on the replay exactly what Sammy was saying. And in the blink of an eye, though, Sammy, they're back out to 3.
Yeah, what is it? 4-2 quarter.
4-2 quarter.
And they're not going to win. Brighton aren't going to win the game here, but they can certainly peg it back, get it back. A couple of goals every quarter. You only got to be in front at the end, Tony, don't you?
Well, that's where you know what? If they get close, and here he is again. Carter steps down, looks inside,
Finds Doug Brooks.
Good save.
Goes the 5-hole straight to his stick. Got to be better than that on Dylan.
So there's a 10-second clear here for those who are watching.
They might be a timeout here. There might be an equipment timeout from Dylan looking for his pads. And at the other end, we've had a shot from Twisky, I believe.
Picked up there from Dad. He's okay down there now.
So it looked like he had a loose buckle on his pads. What's meant to happen? Goalie calls the equipment timeout. They're meant to blow the whistle dead.
Well, he was right on it there. I mean, he had the...
So he's meant to do it.
He had Pete down there with him.
What's going to happen here? Doug Brooks
in,
from the angle. Not a great shot. Not a great shot. But you got to keep hitting this keeper. That's what you got to do. Got to get shot numbers up.
And on the Living Choice scoreboard here, we see it 7-4. The Raptors way over the Bombers at the moment with 3 minutes and no change to go in the second quarter. As another shot was had there.
Gow trying to muscle his way in, gets the ball checked out, can't find the ball again.
Good work.
Brighton come up with it. Jesse picks it off over Jack.
There's a shot coming.
Another outside shot.
And
Connor getting
Byron
the
Pridham. Just glad that's built well down there, just like traditional build them those boards, Sammy. Because
well, if they built these boards, they'll last 35 years.
As Woodford, he's got 3. Carter
hits
stepping
Carter.
up.
Carter will shoot this
behind
the
BTB. Well, he had 2 last week, so why not give it a crack? As Brooks gets the rebound,
there's no reset, so there's 10 to go.
That is going to be a reset.
That'll be off the goalie. That'll be that should be the Bombers ball.
So they'll have a fresh 30.
That's what you want.
We see Robert Polly Farmers watching live. So big shout out to you, Paul. So yeah, let us know where you're watching from. Obviously, Donna's over in Singapore, so shout out to you, Donna. But where are you? That's a bit of a coach killer, isn't it? When you get a fresh 30 and that one's straight over and back.
Yeah, they're just looking to create something where there's nothing there really. But let's be honest, just under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter here. So we've got half time coming up. It's 7-4.
Keep going.
They'd be pleased at where they are at the moment.
So I'm about to say, Tone, if Raptors can get it to 8-4, they'll be real happy. Real happy. If the Bombers can bring it back to 7-5, they'll be right back in it. And they are. That's where they'll be happy to ping back that 5-0 quarter.
Posty going about his work. Good knockdown.
Lockie.
But the
Good defense from Toby too.
A few of the young
Has a
guys
good
out here
fight.
for the Bombers, though.
They're going to have to
Don't
get hands
reset
on
it.
Jesse.
Don't reset it.
Get hands on got to get hands on Jesse here. 'cause
2
he'll take a
seconds on the
if he
shot
gets
clock.
it.
Reset!
Good save. Brighton come up with it. So we got a minute 20 to go, Tone. A minute 20 to go.
Another one here for the
So we're
Bombers.
looking, if
would
they
be
play this
huge.
right, it could be a 2-for-1 possession game.
As Arlen Lim just comes on for the Bombers.
See
Kicks
who
it down
goes.
to his Australian under-19 compatriot, Doug.
Kai Williams
Brooks.
coming out the box.
So all
He'd be
the-
due for a goal soon.
Oh, look at
Evan
Jesse.
Locke.
Just
Loose
picks it
ball.
up.
5 seconds to go. They need
Needs
a
a
shot. Arlen Lim outside.
Oh, massive shot, massive save from Nangle.
Huge. Drop it to the knee. Take it in the chest. That's a big save. Crucial time, that save. If that one goes in, we're 7-5.
47 seconds left on the Living Choice scoreboard. And big shout out to Living Choice and Traditional. As right there, Gow. That's the nail, isn't it?
Number 13.
Well, it makes it 8-4 going into the half, most likely, unless we can get a quick goal here.
Which takes a bit of that impotence out of that
Dave
the
Gow's-
Bombers have put back in. That's his second.
He's strong. I think Dave Gow might have been built by traditional pergolas.
Well, given that, and given the fact he was just knocking nails in just a half time into the wood there.
That's what he does.
18, all right, I'll keep mine in. 18.
So we are going to have 38.9 seconds to go in the
I'm
first
watching the goal
half.
line there, so I don't know what that guy's doing. I'll keep an eye on him. Finish down. Set.
So can the Raptors get a quick one here to put it back to a 5-goal lead? Or
Reset.
can the Bombers get one to bring it into 3 goals?
So winning.
30 seconds on the clock,
He's
23 on the shot clock.
just wearing that body, wearing
So
that
he's
body.
take it. Here comes Jack on the double. They know who they don't want to take the shot.
Steps inside to K-Man.
Kesevan
K-Man
inside, gets
monstered.
crunched, loses it, picks it up.
Plenty going on.
Loose ball.
As
We're at
ball,
8.
that'll be boarding. Did not have the ball there.
And there is only 6
out to
seconds
the
on this
side,
shot
please.
clock. 6 seconds on
Your
this shot
whistle,
clock. So
Peter.
they're going to have to be on his hands early. Carter, that's not far
Peter,
enough.
your
That's
whistle.
not far enough.
Reset it.
Got to step out to him. Got to step
right on the
out.
hands here. So
2. Oh, it's a fresh 30. They've just.
I've
So we're
called the
looking off
reset.
game clock. 2 seconds. Good save.
save.
So there we go.
And
Half time, Tony. 8-4.
half time, 8-4. And a lot better than where it was at the first quarter.
Yeah, and both teams are back. Both teams are feeling like they're back in it.
So the Bombers getting back into the game in that quarter. It's still down by 4, but not unsurmountable given the amount of shots that are being had here.
Not at all. Not at all.
And as the boys just go about having a quiet little drink here and there, and they'll probably need it given the fact that they're up and down the field, plenty there, plenty of shots being had.
Yeah, lives up. I'll say it again. I didn't see last week's game, but we're on par again for another high-scoring game. 2 goalkeepers, both having great games, but yeah, the Raptors just getting a few more in.
And plenty of resets again this week. The
Yeah.
boys in black and white are certainly having to be on their medal, aren't they?
A lot of shots going,
As we see the
which is good. That high-powered transition. 2 teams with a lot of offense.
a bit of halftime heroes going on out here. Those 2 boys we were speaking about before there, Jake Rosenthal
A
and
couple of your mates.
Dylan Wood, just showing the skills that, well, Dill obviously playing in that under-20 Australian side that went away to Canada for the box last year.
Yep.
And
That's all happening again in a few weeks, I think, over in Tony. We've got Canada under 20s are coming out to play WA, South Australia and Victoria.
yeah, that's going to be
I
at,
believe. So
where
that's
the
gonna
Nationals
be-
were.
It's going to be at Altona. I don't think it's at Westgate.
Oh,
I think it's at
not going
Altona.
to be at our... Oh, there you
It'll
go.
be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be at the Altona Lacrosse Club over in Melbourne.
So on grass.
No, they've got a box. They've got a
You're just gonna
box.
talk to me here, or?
They got a
There you go.
box court out the back.
There you
So
go.
I think
All right, so we're
I'm coming
lucky
over here
enough to
talk you,
have...
am I?
We're lucky enough to have one of our men in the middle, Mr. Luke Keesing. Mate, plenty of words being spoken out there to tell you exactly what they think you should be calling.
Oh yeah, I think it's going all right. It's probably not as physical as it was last week, so
Yeah, look, the
see how it
Bombers.
goes.
The Bombers obviously last week came out really hard, and it was probably turned around this week. But they just started to get a little bit more physicality in the defence then. So, and Cam wasn't happy about something out there either, I believe. one of the calls?
Cam wasn't happy that I called interference on Ryan down the back with Lockie Pridham because he was trying to pick the ball up. And as he tried to pick it up, he didn't mean to do it, but he just tried to lift his stick.
Got up under.
It's caught his helmet. He didn't mean to do it. And Lockie's looking like this for his helmet, so I mean it's not foul worthy.
Incidental.
But it's,
no, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's your discretion, isn't it? You got the colours on.
Seen interference, so I've seen it put in the box for 5. So
yeah, absolutely. So just keeping that one up the sleeve, just in the top pocket.
What's the heart rate saying, mate? I see the watch is on.
I don't know. Actually, don't keep too much of an eye on it. I probably should, shouldn't I? If I put it on now,
you're working hard.
It'll tell me.
It's a high-powered, or it's a fast transition game, isn't it? Up and back.
It is indeed. I'll put outdoor run on.
All right, let's
open,
have a look.
And we'll see what it says.
Go
I marked the fields at Glenelg today, 17 Ks of walking, so.
Nice, so you'll be ready for...
so I was ready for a big grand final tonight, yeah.
And
106 beats per minute, I'm cruising. Haven't got out of second gear yet.
Look at him go. He'll be right at the Aussie camp
Still
tomorrow
fit,
too, just quietly.
Still fit.
Hey, those fitness testing with the 17 Ks today, mate, you'll...
Nah, I hurt my back at box
Oh,
lacrosse.
did you? You poor thing.
I actually did, though. Yeah, see ya.
See ya. Thanks to Luke Keesing.
Sponsored by Gatorade, I believe.
By Gatorade.
Get the shots in.
And while we're here, why not, we should thank our sponsors at Living Choice, who put a lot of money into the sport of lacrosse, not only box lacrosse, but in general for Lacrosse South Australia. Yeah. And for Lacrosse to say...
aren't they?
Oh,
they're just every year you can count on Living Choice.
100%. And obviously traditional... for all your roofing, carports, garage deckings, whatever you need done around your house.
Home improvements.
You know what? And as you say, Sammy, if the boards in here have been built by traditional, you know they're going to last for years and years and years. They're over 30 years in the business.
Yeah,
so
a close eye on
they will be and have been announced now as a sponsor of Lacrosse SA TV for the rest of the year. So
excellent. Big 2020.
Very pleased to have them on the board. There we go. So they may even have the Utes out there and get that little bit of sponsorship.
Very nice.
Hey, if you
wouldn't want a stray shot to knock out the sponsors, Carl, would you?
You wouldn't, would you? Might be buffing it out. We got any panel beaters? Although traditional probably do it anyway, wouldn't they? They know what they're doing. So, and you know what? Just quietly, Lacrosse SA TV is always looking for sponsors. So if you like what you see every time you sit here and watch, and we've got a huge 2020 coming up with the field games throughout South Australia, we'll bringing as many games as we can, kicking off with Anzac Day, which is always huge.
Well, that would be the men's and women's grand finalists from last year, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that would be Burnside back after winning their first premiership.
So wonder what...
Might still be celebrating.
I did hear that they haven't started training yet.
Well, they're...
Not like Sturt, eh, Sammy?
Pretty young, fresh team. Yep, most of us. Pretty young.
So, you know what? It's certainly going to be a great start to the field season, but as I said, if you'd like your name shouted out as many times as we possibly can, get in touch with Lacrosse South Australia or Marty Baker, and we would be pleased to be bringing you as a sponsor of the Lacrosse South Australia TV. As the whistle goes here for 1 minute to go, and the kids are all about to just have to clear the floor. Obviously, we'll see whether that set play happens tonight, Sammy, with 12.1 seconds to go and the ball comes onto the field. And the boys just shooting about as Jake Rosenthal even just taking a bow here as he halftime heroes, mate. He must have been impressed by what he saw himself doing out there. Eloise Rowe is watching, and Austral Canvas, forget the sponsors of the Raptors, we're going to give them a big shout out because uniforms look absolutely fantastic from Austral Canvas, and I'm sure the Raptors would love us to give them a shout out. And Todd Bartlett is watching, and Tyler Scateri is watching as well. So big shout out to you, Tyler and Toddy. And Toddy, we look forward to seeing you out doing the testing tomorrow too, mate.
So, every face-off so far, Brighton have had 3 back, I reckon, so far. Now they've just gone man on man. Jack Woodford winning it out. Straight to Gow, though. Ground ball machine.
This is how he started, isn't it? He started the game with that first one, and he's starting the second half just like it is. Kicks up twist to Winnan.
Keep your eye out. Jesse will want a shot early. See what he can create.
Again, steps inside, and that's too easy in the defense for the Bombers. They have to be much better than that. Otherwise, Winnan's going to run around you all night, and he's going to score plenty. as we see here on the Living Choice
Straight through
replay.
his 5-hole.
He just gets underneath,
What's
doesn't
that,
he?
the second or third he's done that tonight?
Second or third, and that one's gone top right, just where the last two have gone when he's gone.
Off a little bounce shot, I think.
In that one. And
Blake and Woody.
And back to 3 in the defence now, again for the Bombers.
Yep.
Maybe,
just going man on Jesse.
Maybe they forgot the set play that they were looking at.
Coming through.
As Carter hits the deck there. And Gal again just tidying up. Good work there from Carter. As Locke picks the ball up. And he's got Clothier coming in on his left-hand side.
Eben will want one early. Low angle. Pulls it out.
Good work from Twist there in the defence. And that's the sort of defence Williams lines up.
That might be in. That's hit the pads and dribbled in.
Go.
Kai Williams with his first.
So that one's come off the left of the pad there, Sammy. Good pickup. And we'll look at the replay here. Kai Williams just getting into the game. And if he starts to get into the game. But that one's off the pad and into the... Just sneaks around the left-hand post.
Yeah. Look, if it hits the pad and rolls in, they hurt a little.
And here we go, Woodford. Ball to be won.
Carter, head over the ball, comes out with it.
As ball comes down here with Carter. So back to a 4-goal game here. As
they're
Woodford.
just pesky, Brighton, aren't they? They're just not letting the Raptors get away by too much. But that first quarter may come back to bite them if they can't bring it back
Rose steps down.
Take the shot.
I didn't know where that one had gone.
Didn't know.
Reset, stepping down is Woodford.
Jack Woodford.
Well, that's off the helmet.
Off the defensive Raptors player, Marty Baker coming in hot. You've been saved.
And one-hander there by Nicole Keesing. Just saved Marty Baker, and the production was not looking.
Hang on.
So...
what do we got here? It's off his helmet. He knows it's off his helmet. What's happened here?
Well, it went out of bounds, so who did it come off?
It came off the...
So
you can hear Luke.
They're just discussing that it's come off a Raptors helmet.
It came straight off Twisky's helmet. Even he's admitting it's come off his helmet.
Yeah, Ryan Gaspari's sitting there going, it came off a Raptors helmet. Like, let's display, can we?
There's nothing worse than 2 referees. One's not sure what happened. They've got to figure it out.
Well, Lukey had it right in the first time.
You can just come have a look at the replay over here.
Well, that's what we've got here on LSA TV.
Muscling his way in, trying to create something. You've got a righty playing on the low left. It's never ideal for box lacrosse.
Oh, geez, making Woodford work there. Steps up.
Little shot.
Oh, Woodford! Back to a 3-goal game here at the Thunderdome.
Just quietly, Tony. I'm calling them pretty well at the moment.
100%, Sammy. So on the Living Choice replay here, limited time on the shot clock, just steps inside.
Great little pick to get free. Jack splits the 2 up the top.
Bang, bang. And
finds that same spot that Kai just stuck one in a few minutes ago. Now Jack's found one.
69 on the
it's a 3-goal game
scoreboard
again.
there for 8.5 to go.
Living Choice scoreboard, isn't it?
Absolutely. So Bombers pick a face-off up here, but that's not to be. Twist is all over that.
Twisky says enough of this. 2 goals in a row is enough, boys. Time to have us to have some control. Gaspari, 1 out here with Carter. Kesevan with a little underneath pick. Now heads to the bench. No, he doesn't.
K-Man, he's just set 4 picks then, K-Man, on 4 different people.
And Jesse with the big outside
big
shot.
Save. As Woodford picks the ball up under a little bit of pressure from the postie.
That's all right. You've got to get it over in 10.
10 seconds to get it over.
They got it
Carter.
over there. Plenty of time left. 3 or 4 seconds.
Another one here from the Bombers will be
good cut. Pushes it far wide.
Great cut there as K-Man just comes up with the ground ball.
Twisky streaming down the middle. Gets hold of it.
And that's nearly taken Keesing out. Great pickup from White. And Kai goes about his work on him, but again,
good check.
Just hung it out.
Little desperation.
Twisky. Stepped inside.
That
Twist.
should be a goal.
Oh, great work there from Kai Williams. Just did everything right, but the man himself was just hanging off the back there. It was Nathan Twisk, and sometimes fortune favours the brave when you're not in the contest. Well,
that'll be a good lesson for Connor to watch back on that later, as you can see on the replay. Have we got one? Should see on that replay if it comes up. He went for the ball.
He went,
Just sit back.
So that ball's just gone straight to win, and that's not who you want the ball to. Just after you've had a couple to get the score back in, and you've just got one. And Jesse, he just carves through sometimes, doesn't he? Good save again there from McGee.
Hey, Connor's having a good game tonight. He's faced a lot of shots, made a lot of really good saves.
As we see Byron coming up the field, half the man he was. Tommy Tuxford's watching. Sammy, Peter Greenhow, Kath Conahee, and Barry Edwards.
That flop because he's bloody good
Oh,
at it.
there's the
Another one,
BTB.
and again, he's flopped to the ground.
There's the BTB. Maybe he learnt that off Whitey last week, because every time Whitey did, it looked like he was doing the...
Dylan.
No, last week. Whitey's learnt it off him, I think, because last week he was doing the snake every time he got a save. Posty with the ball here. 10-6. 10-6 on the Living Choice scoreboard.
Good pick there from Luke.
12 seconds to go on the shot
free.
clock. Again, just lets him get the other side as Lockie Pridham, picks up the ball on this outer side with 5.5 to go. And the Bombers still with that 4-goal differential at the moment.
They just can't get it under 3. They spend some energy to get it to a 3-goal difference, and then the Raptors get one back. A lot of firepower on both. I don't expect... I don't expect it to get much closer than 2 or 3 goals now for the rest of the game. I think it'll be really hard to overcome.
Great pick.
That's a good pick.
That's a great pick from Twist.
It's not a moving pick.
And
beautiful.
Did not see that one coming.
And he's absolutely...
Winning with a rebound. It's just coming over and there we go.
That'll be the Bombers' ball.
I can tell you, Locke really felt that one. Did not see that at all in his peripheral.
Nah, and it looks like he's asking the question, how's that not a moving pick?
Well, he was a stationary.
I reckon he actually just set a little stationary field pick as he got to him.
It was as Williams.
Move this ball quickly. There should be a free guy somewhere.
So Brooks and the younger brigade for the Bombers is on as Nat Rowe takes the ball and gets dispossessed there from Twist.
They're playing, you could see the Bombers when the young, and we've got Kai and Gaspari going a little bit at it on the crease. That's all right. You could see the Bombers when they got the younger fellas out there, a bit more stationary, just want to go one-on-one. Not really the most ideal play against the pretty strong Raptors defense.
Woodford just getting on the hands in here.
That's all right. Connor's not even watching.
That one's home, and Gow gets his third, and Brooks again is... if you're looking on the instant replay here, Brooks just getting underneath. We apologise for the no replay here, but just getting underneath Brooks again, and that's the third time Brooks has been beaten on that side.
The whole defence, except for Doug Brooks, thought Jesse had it there. That's the perfect little hidden ball play. Jesse up top, selling the shot.
And shout out here to Jeff McLean. Steve Mortimer's watching. Hi, guys, I'm away. Good action like last week. Well, the score's a little different than last week here, Mr. Mortimer.
Arlen Lim with a strong ground ball there.
11-6. It is the way of the Raptors with 3:14 to go on the Living Choice scoreboard here.
Yeah, I completely forgot that this was a best-of-3 series with the Bombers winning the first one. The Raptors win it tonight. We come back for Game 3.
Oh, that's what it deserves, doesn't it? The box...
well, the sponsors want a Game 3. The sponsors want a Game 3.
As Clothier, the big man, picks himself up off the...
They're under. They got a fresh 15 to go. There's a shot.
Save again there from Nangle.
Dylan, I don't know how he does it. He always ends up on his bum, flopping around. He just dives everything to the goal, everything to the ball. Again, on his bum.
Pick up
another
there
big
from
save.
Lynn. Steps down here to Carter. Carter flicks
it back. Kai unable to handle that. But now we're seeing the guys, the experienced boys out there with Anson. They start to, more picks are getting set.
As Alfred goes about his work. Oh! And right there.
eBay.
And Locke has recovered well from that moving pick.
Oh, yeah. He's a thick boy, old Evan. It takes a lot to keep him down.
And puts that one in the back of the net. And the Bombers a well-needed goal there as Jesse's just having a conversation down here with Luke. Obviously not liking something. Clint Barker, Chippy's online as well, just as the Bombers score. Shout out to you, Chip. Alicia Mamoral is also online, and Kylie Nick Clothier as the Raptors go into a face here, and Zach just starting in the defensive end here. As ball is set down again, and Woodford losing that one. He's been...
Twisky coming up with it.
Oh,
Zach
Clothier just not
on
quite
the
getting
cut.
it.
Can't handle that ball, can he?
He can't, and ball coming in here.
Slide
Kicks.
down a bit, Tony. We've got somebody
hello.
joining us in the commentary box.
Oh, and who is
Not
that
out,
down
not
there?
out there tonight.
Howdy, boys.
Jared Hines joining us, South Australian player. Raptors, every week he's out here. Not out there. How you feeling?
No, I've actually hurt my back considerably.
Is that from carrying the team last week?
Yeah, that's exactly
No,
it.
that's all right.
No.
It's, the boys are doing well without you this evening, though.
Yeah, very impressed. Very happy to see what they're doing.
They can't shake them though, can they?
No.
Set that 3 or 4 goal lead, they just can't get it out to something a bit more substantial.
Yeah, they had that 5-goal lead there, and they really did a terrible start to that second quarter and let them come back with a couple of cheeky ones. So
Jesse
So we
takes
could
a
get it-
shot.
oh, look at the
hits
backspin.
his teammate.
And gets
That's standard for winning.
gets the right backspin back for
And
him.
he takes a feed, hits another teammate. It'll come back. He should be able to keep this. Couple of seconds left. Takes a shot.
And that's going to be a reset on the outer side. So Pridham, nails K-Man
That's
with the
beautiful.
ball.
Oh, and
He had the ball there.
Here
so
we go.
Here we go. A little bit going on over here.
Walk away.
Well, I actually
well,
thought
that should be ejected.
should be
right?
ejected.
That's, yeah, a 5-minute penalty for a punch to the face.
I don't think there'll be any ejections here.
You know
I
what?
reckon it's going to be all push and shove.
I'm
and,
going to say,
we're
though,
good to go.
K-Man wore that.
Now,
but
Dylan's out of his crease. The rule book says the goalie's not allowed to leave his crease in that situation. That
Come
should be
on,
expulsion.
Sammy. I've seen you leave your crease a few times in a couple of iffy situations.
Oh, sometimes you just got to stretch the legs.
so we'll just
Jared.
listen to Luke Keesing here quickly and see what he says. He's got
And 7 for gold, roughing 2 minutes.
so 2 minutes for roughing for
5
Locke.
on 3. Okay.
And
5 on
and
3.
There
we
we
got
go.
Toby.
So the Bombers are going to be 2-man down.
There was not a lot in that.
Yeah.
And-
Yes.
and-
Good call, Luke. Not a lot in it. A little bit of push and
Five on
shove.
three.
Let it go.
And to be honest, K-Man took the ball there. He had possession of the ball. That was a good hit in the side.
That's a solid hit on
You know
K-Man.
what?
I'll give him that one.
There shouldn't have been a penalty in that play right there. But you know what? Someone's found one. And I thought we were playing box lacrosse because that was just a really good hit on the outer side there.
This is going to be testing for the Bombers because they've got that. They're 4 goals down. 30 seconds to go in the last. And they're 2 men down. So if they can hold them out, that'll be a win. Gaspari kicking it to Jesse. That's a shot every day of the week. Connor now, 2 huge shots. Twisky unable to handle that feed from Gaspari to the bottom corner. We're down to 10 on the clock. Jesse with the final shot of the quarter.
Good
Connor
save
again. Connor strong. Connor
Great
strong
work.
in the third.
And that's going to finish the third quarter here as the time goes.
I know I wouldn't be too happy with that last play by the Raptors, that's for sure. Definitely should have looked at a few other options rather than 3 shots from the same guy, but
Yeah.
that's my opinion on that one.
And on the Living Choice scoreboard here, we see an 11-7 game to the Raptors. So let's go back to that little bit of on the outer side there. That hit, you let that go, don't you?
The hit's all right. I hope they didn't call anything for the hit there. But
Well, that's what he got. That's what he got him for. That's what he got Toby Raymond for the hit.
okay.
The only thing I could see in that was maybe a little high, but other than that, it was to the front. He had the ball going into his stick.
Yeah, I
Close
wouldn't have
to the
thought.
wall, though. So
That's just good.
There's 2 people in penalty box.
That's just good. Yeah, good tough lacrosse.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
Don't
just sit
take
down.
that out of the game, please.
You
As
need
we
to go out, you need
see,
to sit down.
as
I
we
think he's
see,
definitely pulled up pretty sore from that one, though.
so K-Man's
You
just.
need to get the other coach there. He can't talk to you without me there.
Okay. Just
So-
relax, please, Cam.
So Cam just.
So Cam's telling Luke, the referee.
Well, Cam
the
actually,
other
he's just been told.
coach-
He's just been told he can't talk to the referee without the other coach being present,
Yet he keeps walking over.
and he keeps
doing it.
coming over and keeps talking. So, you know, I think he'll wear the wrath of this in a
I'm not
minute if
swearing
he's
at
not.
him. Was I
No,
swearing at you,
I'm
EJ?
just saying, don't talk. Don't
Wasn't
try and
swearing
talk
at
to
all.
Don't try and talk him.
So, and a couple of
into anything.
shout-outs here while we're on. We got Wade Hammond watching. So, victorious WA coach, Wade Hammond.
Oh, Wado.
Wado.
He's not sharing any videos of me, I hope.
Well, there's only one video you would share, hey Wado, and that's the low blow that Sammy occasionally sends out. And but there's no glass in here, Sammy, so you don't get that same angle.
No, you don't.
And Nige Wapp's watching, and Kylie Semler is also watching, and Anthony Phillip online as well too, Australian coach.
Lovely. So he's seen that time. It looked like Peter Mathwin, the Bombers coach, just talking to his boys, making sure that they're ready to go. 15 or 12 minutes left they can eke out, you know, a couple of goals early, they might be back on here. Cam Adams letting his team sort of stand around by themselves and get it all.
And Waps just says, careful on the comments, Jared. Your Raptors contract might get reviews.
Oh, yeah, that's all right.
Jared doesn't mind. He's neutral tonight now.
That's it.
No, he's not.
No?
I'm trying to be neutral. It's hard.
Nah, don't be neutral, mate.
Neutral.
And we see here, K-Man just not feeling that well in the back here. He's out of the game now. So he's sitting outside the box.
It looks a little limp in the right arm.
And Dwayno...
there must have been a bit more in it than we could see from the far side.
Yeah. So
but there's still 5-3 man on man. It's 5-on-3.
Has Gow not got the first ground ball in every quarter?
That's what he does. That's what he does.
And then he goes and sets the pick on Winnan here. As Alfred with the ball, kicks it out to Gaspari. Gaspari back to Alfred. Alfred wanting to unload. It's a 3-zone here. As Winnan just goes, I know where that one's going. And I reckon you might have your 4+ here, Sam.
Oh, yeah, that was easy after the first one that time.
So 12-7 it is here with 11.5 to go. And we have a running clock tonight on the score clock. No, yes. Last week we had stop clock. So there's a new invention for this evening.
Okay.
Last week it was stop clock through the first game.
The Bombers have had one released. It'll be 5-on-4 now because they've scored. Ebenlock one out here with Gaspari. That's a good little battle, those two.
Yeah, they'll go. They'll dance like that all night, won't they?
Oh, yeah. Imagine and he's lost it. He's got him. He's got him. The ball's gone.
Imagine them in a salsa club together. Doing a little salsa.
Well,
as Gaspari just picks up the ball. A little bit of Spanish dancing. Looks out the other side.
That's a goal.
Yeah,
every time. He's too good finishing one-on-one with the keeper, isn't he, Jared?
Yeah, he's very solid on that one. I'll give him that, especially when he's coming across that cross side on his wrong hand. So good to see.
And number 4 for Gal this evening. So out to a 13-7 game. And I don't know, with 10.5 to go here on the Living Choice scoreboard, maybe she's starting to warm those vocals, Sammy?
Yeah, 5 goals, or is it 5?
Six
maybe
now.
6 goals. Yeah. 6 goals.
That's why we got Jared in here.
It's tough. That's tough to overcome because you know the Raptors are probably going to still score another 1 or 2. So you're looking at a pretty big one. I'd be saying, might be time to save the legs,
might
fellas.
Might be time to save the legs. We're going to go next
game
week.
3.
And,
but you can't because you never know what happens in lacrosse.
Well, it's what the viewers want, isn't it? Hey, going into a game 3.
Well, that's what the sponsors want. Value for money.
Sponsors, why wouldn't you get on board and sponsor LSA TV? And you get your money's worth with the sponsorship here as on
Twisky just working Doug Brooks over one-on-one.
Right into us here. There we go. Doesn't get much closer than that, Sammy. You don't normally see that in the cage, do you?
No.
That was rubbing up against your nose. Jared sees a bit of that out on the field, but not in the cage so much, Sammy.
I'm pretty sure he actually just checked himself on this bar next to me here. His stick kind of hit that and the ball popped out. So.
I think that's exactly.
Oh, Williams. He hasn't given it up, has he?
Now I'll tell you, that is his specialty. That little move outside with a shot.
Little hitch to his left there.
We saw that a few times in Victoria in the States, didn't we? Young fella.
Did.
He had very little to work with down on that bottom right-hand corner.
Makes it happen.
And just makes it happen. He's very Winnan-esque with some of those shots, isn't he?
Yeah.
From the same distance, even.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't take as many, but.
And he gets the ball out really quickly. So off the shot, doesn't give a chance for the goalie to sort of settle into where he is.
Yeah. So it's a very quick release. You're right.
5 goals here. As the ball kicks back here to Rowe. Rowe
another one.
Able to step in and
another
bang.
one.
Rowe has another one.
Nostradamus.
So there's 2 in a row, and we're back to a 13-9 game. And Wade Hammond says, great call, guys. Well, that must be talking about you there, Sammy. Telling him he's the super coach, isn't he?
Well, Wade Hammond, huge shout out to him and the WA boys. Went across in their 2nd season back in the Nationals, won the National Box Lacrosse competition.
And I happened to be in Perth all week, and I did get a message that potentially they have their inaugural box awards Monday night.
Don't know if I agree with that call just there on that face-off. I'm pretty sure that Jack Woodford there went well before Blake. Just Blake moved a lot further.
He'd say that as a Raptor boy, wouldn't he?
I would.
Hey?
There you go. Making sure
especially with just 2 in a row. Another one here would be interesting to bring it back to 3, and that would be the closest it's been so far. As Carter goes about his worst on Twisk. Carter, he'll be looking for Woodford. or Williams just steps inside, steps back. Oh, there's another
that's
one.
All clear. That is
all clear. And Carter.
We've got one guy calling
there we
clear,
go.
one guy
Kai
in the
Williams
crease.
steps in, and now it's on. Kai Williams didn't like what Dylan was doing there to his teammate. May have gave him a cheap shot.
Let's just go quiet here. Can we get Luke?
Everyone go away.
There we go. And
everyone go away. You know what? Everyone go to the bench except the goalies. Everyone go to their benches. Everyone go to their benches except the goalies.
So
everyone go to their benches except the goalies. Everyone go to their benches except the goalies.
So here's how I saw that. Carter's drove down the goal line. He's dived
Everyone go
across.
to their benches except the goalies. Jesse.
Dylan Nangle is a moving goalie.
Yep,
He's taken a big step for the save.
Right,
They've
I'm too
collided. It
far
wasn't
away.
directed
What's going
at
on?
Dylan that dive.
No,
Dylan,
But
he's in the crease,
anytime
it's
you
no
make,
goal. What about
anytime you
everything
make,
else after that?
you make contact with.
We have we have the Carter jumping into the goalkeeper.
Yep.
Right, we have the green come into Carter.
All right, so he can still hit the goalkeeper provided that he's made an attempt to let the goalkeeper make a play on the ball. So just because he's jumped into the goalkeeper doesn't mean it's a foul. It just means that on the loose ball, it would have been a Raptors ball because he's made interference with the goalkeeper. Okay, so that's fine. So at the moment, we've still got Raptors ball. What happened after that?
The goalkeeper grabbed his mask and held him down, and that's where the first.
Okay, so are we just saying the goalkeeper for face masking for 2?
Yep.
And Anson.
After Carter retaliated. So Carter hit the goalkeeper. Carter got hit by a green. Right?
Okay, so Anson, so no goal, Anson for 2, and the in-home for 2. Now, we didn't get in-home, so who am I going to put in? We forgot about that. What about 15?
The goalkeeper was doing bad.
Okay, so no goal, Anson for 2.
Yep.
Carter retaliated.
So the goalie for 2, Anson for 2, no goal, and Raptors ball. Is that right? Because Raptors would have had it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so does that mean that there then is no, I don't know about free clears in box lacrosse? Why don't we just make it so from...
So back here as the boys in black and white just get their stuff. We're going to see a couple of penalties here.
All right, I don't want anyone arguing with me. All right, so all of you walk away. It's no goal, okay? It's no goal. We've got coincidental fouls. Anson, you go to the penalty box, and number 15, seeing as I didn't get in home, number 15, goalie doesn't have to go, in home. Number 15, go for 2 as well. All right, it's going to be 5 on 5, no goal. It's going to be Raptors ball, coincidental foul. You got one because apparently you retaliated to Dylan. Okay. Okay, so that's what I was too far away from it. All right. You got. Listen. You go. It's 5 on 5.
As we come back here to the live, they're just sorting this out.
Pretty interesting call on that one.
Yeah, look, in the crease.
If it's in the crease, that's the call. Now, you are allowed to make contact with the goalie if the goalie has made
a play on it. Yep.
Which Dylan did. It's incidental contact on Dylan and from Anson Carter there. There was nothing malicious in it, so there should be no penalty for that in my mind. Now, if
the initial contact.
The initial contact. There should be no penalty for that. Now, if they want to call Anson for retaliation or whatever he wants to do,
be honest,
that's fine.
We'll watch the replay later, but Dill gave him one when he was on the ground.
Well, that's a goalie's right.
That's what
He's
I
allowed
believe
to
I've
do.
received a few of those from the guys standing next to me.
Then obviously,
the one that man dives at you, you get the chance. You allowed to slide a finger into his helmet.
The one that gets me is Kai Williams. Kai
Williams
Williams came in to remonstrate.
That's what I saw. I saw Kai hit Dylan.
Nothing. And then got one back, and then that's when Anson stepped in to break it up, and Anson cops it as well. So effectively, look, you know what? We'll call it even because it's 1-1.
Look, at the end of the day, it's still 5 on 5.
And 7.5 to go on the Living Choice scoreboard, and we're back to a 3-goal game.
It's probably not going to decide the game, that call, so you can't really be too upset with it. Twisky taking the shot from up top.
Good
Big save from Connor.
McGee.
And he's learning, Connor, he's learning that once it hits that pad, you just drop to the ground and hold it in there. Let them blow the whistle. So let's see what the Bombers and Eben Locke can do here.
All right, well, Nigel Wapper reckons the Bombers by 1.
He's picking the Bombers by 1.
He's picking the Bombers by 1 right now.
I could see them using that as a little step up and going on a little run for a couple of minutes here. Kai Williams and Eben working the left-hand side.
As Rowe picks the ball up. That's a shot up and over. There's a reset on that.
That will be a reset, so it's a free ball. He can cross the halfway line if he likes. Chooses not to.
Brady Williams says Keesing laying down the law. As he was. He did that really well.
It's good. It's good to see that someone's taken some control out there. I know last week especially we had a few incidences where everyone sort of stopped and looked at each other, and it makes it really hard as a player to
know. To be a So we called that earlier, and for a boarding.
Kai's like a rubber band ball. Gets knocked down and just he bounces back up so quickly. It's coming our way. That'll be a 10-second clearing violation.
Well done from Williams there, because he should have actually had one for the... He got boarded when he didn't have the ball, so he should have literally got the ball back there, which has been called earlier in the game.
He's a tough little kid, that's for sure.
But
Not so little anymore.
He's actually quite solid. I ran into him a few times last week, and he's definitely got a bit of core strength on him, that's for sure.
All that surfing.
But again, he just doesn't give up, and that's what I love about him. As bang, that one hits still fair square in the chin.
Jesse breaking out. Dylan, not his strength.
Oh,
Connor, what are you doing? Connor, stay in the goals, mate.
He came out.
Saved
there.
Can you believe it? Oh, Twisky, what a play. What a little passage of play. I can't believe it.
Is that little bit of special from Connor McGee going to be a little bit of difference here? 5.5 to go. Oh, Gal. And there's number 5. And I reckon he's putting his name up for the Living Choice Player of the Game in this Game 2 Grand Final tonight. He's done really well, has Dave Gal.
Definitely taking advantage of Jesse getting all the extra attention up on this top side there.
Yeah, and doing the hard work inside. A lot of ground balls off the wing, and all his goals have been inside, nothing outside. Exactly. All of them off contact, lower the shoulder,
pick and roll off someone, whether it's on ball or off ball, definitely.
And at the other end, we had Dylan come up with a couple of big saves there.
So 5 minutes even on the clock here as the ball just flicks out the back. Winnan just picks up the ball. Lynn was trying to take us out there for a little while. But
so with the goal being scored, Carter's released.
So 14,
and maybe the 2 minutes was up because, the in-home's been released as well.
In-home's been released as well. So 14-10. We look at this stage that we're like we're going to... sorry, 14-9, that scoreboard they've actually put the extra goal up there that was disallowed here from Anson.
So it's a 5-goal game.
5-goal game
4 minutes,
with 4 minutes to go. And when they've only scored 10 for the game.
This will be a 10-second violation.
That one nailed Zach Clothier there. It did. Oh, a little cheap one.
Jack Woodford shot.
Zach Clothier wearing one. And there's a bit about to go on here, I think.
Twisky on the break. What's Connor going to do? Smart play, takes possession.
There's a little bit going on.
That should be an over and back, but they haven't called it.
So there's a little bit going on in the backcourt here between
Eben one-on-one with... Eben the knock-in.
Oh,
and here we go again. Now, Eben stays in the crease, so he's not part of the play. So Carter may actually be good for that goal there if they call it properly.
I don't think they've been paying attention to that one there, Sammy.
Nah.
So he's going to call him for in the crease.
The whistle might have gone just before he scored it.
There's a little bit of feeling just being shown here with the last 3 minutes 43 on the Living Choice scoreboard. And Traditional, they build great quality carports, verandas, and all your outdoor around the home needs. And just like this is building into a perfect Game 3.
Yeah, I like it. It's going to be exciting next week.
So the Blackwood Thunderdome certainly hasn't given up. Twist, nice cut, steps inside. Plenty of black and gold to...
5 seconds on the shot. 3, 2. Jafari with the outside shot.
That's
Jesse will
come
take
off the foot.
Oh, no.
He shouldn't. He should hold on to it for an extra 30 seconds.
Off the helmets that way.
That has come off the helmet, and that has gone up into the roof. So Toby Raymond, that one coming off straight in front of him. So that'll be a Bombers ball.
You'll feel that.
Sorry, a Raptors ball. Back again. Raptors.
And they should get a fresh 30.
And Marty Baker's watching live on the LSA TV.
Is he back there? Oh.
Hey?
He's our biggest. He's the biggest fan, I reckon.
Well, there's 2 fans in here. Does he outdo them?
Yeah.
Because they're good-looking fans, aren't
every
they?
Every time there's a production, Marty's not far off. He loves it.
So...
not sure why. He just loves being around, doesn't he?
And one of our regular, obviously, on LSA TV, Michael Hood, is watching as well. As Gaspari steps down. Shot had. Brooks picks the ball up.
5-goal difference, 14-9, 2.5 to go. Brighton down, but now with possession. Lockie Pridham.
Well, Pridham
little
steps
fake
down, little
score.
He did this last week, but he did it at the start of the 4th when they were up by a goal, and he got them back to 3 in front. And the Raptors came back to get... And Pridham there with his first of the game as well.
Yeah, they've got the scoreboard at 14-11, but we're getting told it is 14-10.
Yeah,
so
I think the scoreboard hasn't been changed back.
We're not sure if the...
Hey, let's go with 14-11 because another goal here from Woodford makes it really, really interesting.
Oh,
that's a
lock! That's all clear. And that is why, that's hard as a goalie. That's a quick rebound shot.
eBay, just thank you very much. Can I say it, Sammy? He's the stack man.
No.
Oh, yeah. And Dylan liked that as well too. You've got to admire really good lacrosse, and that was certainly that. So 14-11 has stayed on the scoreboard. So okay, we're back to 3 goals now with 153. She hasn't finished warming up the vocals yet though.
Oh, they've slid to Twisky, left Jesse alone.
Oh, Jesse just pops it over the top, and that's going to see the Raptors just about finish this one up here at 15-11 on the Living Choice scoreboard.
So, Jared, as a defence, that's where you've got to make your decision, right? Who would you rather take that shot? Twisky?
All day on the week,
Jesse?
you let Twisky shoot that.
Especially from where he was. He's a little bit further out. You know, he's as good of a shooter as he is. You really just want to let him take the shot because that's the side Connor was on. He had plenty of time to see it.
100% agree. Even if it wasn't Jesse on that side, I still probably would have left.
Yeah, you
always shoot it. It wouldn't really matter. You keep the further shot out with the lower angle than that nice close or a different dunk, just as we saw.
You protect the backside of the goalie. So that's the defense just need to hold that slide. Jack Woodford working low on Twisky now.
So 1:42 to go in this last term. We should start thinking about the Living Choice player of the game, as Jesse Winnan certainly put his name up for tonight as well. But your thoughts here, Sammy?
Well, I'd be picking from 2. One, Dave Gow.
Yep.
And the other one would be Dylan Nangle, who's made some massive saves. As we see Connor, he's pulled a Zach Higgins there. He's just fallen back onto his back.
What do you reckon?
One of those two for my
Jared,
liking.
your thought process?
If it's going into the Raptors' way, obviously if they get the W here, I'm going with Dave Gow. I reckon he's put in a great performance. That's his best ever for goals scored. And on that last play there where they did score, he got the ground ball out the face-off. So he kind of set that one up there. So
and he just got that one. This will be a little assist to Twisky. Oh, Twisky.
He's
got his own rebound. Smart play.
Smart.
Minute to go, fresh 30. You can waste it, get it down to 30 seconds left. Game over, boys. 15-11.
Yeah, look, I'm much the same. I think obviously Gow's been exceptional tonight, and as I said, I think he's had the first ground ball in every quarter, which has given opportunities, and winning with another one there.
Another one.
He's just filling up the bag late.
He's heard you've said I think Dave Gow's worthy of it, and he's gone. Well, hold on, maybe if I get what's he got tonight?
Oh, that would be 7 or 8, I reckon.
Yeah, 6 or 7, I think.
Hard to ignore big performances like that.
Yeah, but in the same breath there, you know, Gow gets the hard ball over there, kicks it down low to
100%.
Twist. And Twisty pulls that one out, and then Jesse says, no, bugger it, we'll shoot. So, you know, and you're right, I think Dill's had a really good game, but so has Connor McGee too. You know, he's put his name up. Yeah. I know he's got 16 against him, but he's certainly made some huge saves tonight.
He has made some
100%.
really good saves.
It's good to see a young guy coming through, stepping up to be a goalie. You know, a lot of guys want to score the goals.
Someone going to blow the whistle, or?
And with 43 seconds to go, I don't think we heard that in the commentary box, but there was a little bit of maybe someone should blow the whistle. Gow again, maybe just stepping in. Maybe this is the one where he seals it.
They're just going to waste it now. What do they got left? 7 seconds.
Just doesn't need to shoot, does he?
Get rid of it in the bottom corner.
Has a shot anyway.
So that's where, as what Blake has got to do there is just leave it because that's the longest pass, right, from that top corner.
Woodford, from downtown. He should have been taking a couple more of them, I reckon.
Little consolation prize there for him.
That shows game 3, yeah?
Yeah, that shot that shot from Jack doesn't happen if Blake leaves it in the corner.
Correct.
He takes that shot, it hits the boards in the opposite corner, comes down, Brighton get a quick shot.
100%.
Yep. So 16-12.
I know Blake wants another one. He got one early before. He wants that second, but that's where a bit of restraint comes in.
Didn't have much angle from that side with limited shot clock either. So, you know.
But he's on this ground ball.
Smart play.
So he wins it back for his team.
Against Brooks.
3 seconds to go. Takes the outside
Oh,
shot.
he puts it away. Another one.
Now that's a better shot.
And
outside,
you just hear.
right in front.
Nice and low.
Knock,
off the front pad there.
Knock, knock, knock of the nails into the coffin. And there we go. That is going to be time here at the Blackwood Thunderdome in Game 2.
We'll see you back here next week, eh?
On your living choice, South Australian Indoor Lacrosse Grand Final Series.
So here's a question for you. The man standing to my right, Jared Hines. Is that back going to be up and going for next week?
I hope so. Not sure.
Bit of chiro work, bit of physio work in the next 6 to 7 days.
Went to the chiro early today, actually, because I heard it today. Then I went and got a massage as well.
Lovely.
It's quite tight. It seems to be spreading through my hips. But yeah, hopefully I'll make a full recovery and I'll be out here.
So there you go. Game 3 next week up here, 8 p.m. Same 2 teams. And that's the decider and the big inclusion, just quietly, Jared Hines.
Ooh,
should be up and going.
Could he be the
I don't know.
difference?
I think
Could he be the difference for
after tonight's performance, maybe I'm better off standing on the sidelines and letting them go.
Outside,
Could he be the difference for the Bombers?
That's it.
He's and we've just tallied the votes here for the Living Choice Player of the Game, and it has gone to Dave Gow this evening.
Yes.
So
what a game,
boys! I'm going to go join my teammates over there.
No
Cheers
worries.
for that.
All right,
Jared.
thank you, Jared. We'll keep those headsets because your other teammate, Mr. Dave Gow, is going to be here in a second.
Oh, yes.
As the players just go about their warm down here now, as the full-time heroes are on the field as well.
Couple of young fellas out there.
Just ripping shots. That's a goalie ripping shots under the top corner there.
Got to be careful. No helmets.
Just
someone's going to hit a pipe.
Someone's going to hit a pipe. JT out there. Oh, hello. Here comes Jake Rosenthal, not to be outdone.
Was he allowed back in the country?
I don't know. Did he get sponsored with shorts?
So, what do we think, Tony? What do we think of next week?
Well, next week, look, you know what? Brighton have, the Raptors have scored 17 in both their games.
High-powered offense.
High-powered offense. The Bombers tonight just couldn't find the same scoring power that they had last week. Mind you, with Woodford out there, they scored 18, but again, the goalie being a huge difference in angle. And he's probably, and nothing against Whitey, he's probably a 6-goal different goalie. Nothing against Whitey.
Well, from what I heard, it was Whitey's first time in the cage last week, and most of the guys said he was pretty serviceable. So, can't be upset with what he performed last week. But yeah, Dylan, he's been a box goalie for 10 or so years now. He played 215 with the Australian team. So he's been around the traps for a while. So yeah, there is a definite quality difference, but we saw James White prove his worth out on the field again tonight.
Yeah, look, he was very good on the field, and kudos to James White last week. You know, you've never done it, Sammy. It's not the easiest position in the world, is it? Well,
people think you just strap the pads on and get hit by the ball, but that is actually about 98% of what we do out there. So they're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a little bit of finesse in that in the old box goalie.
I'm surprised no one's. And a shout out to Ed on the camera tonight. Did a great job here as he pans towards us. That's scary, Sammy. There we go. So the Raptors just going through their last few minutes of talks there. And obviously Cam White just having a bit of a chat to his...
Cam Adams.
Sorry, Cam Adams. I looked at Whitey when I said that.
Well, fair enough.
So Cam Adams just going through his last minute destructions, I suppose you call them, because there's no instructions at the end of the game, is there?
A game review.
Deconstructions.
What we're looking for next week.
We are. Again, the amount of people down here this evening, I gave the shout out last week to everyone watching it live on LSA TV that everyone get down to the Blackwood Thunderdome, and I think, yeah, they've certainly come in their droves. What are we going to have next week, mate? We're going to have to charge admittance, I reckon.
I mean, why wouldn't you be out here? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice to watch at home, isn't it, in the comfort of your own house, but...
Tony, we'll give you an extra song.
Why wouldn't you be out here?
Well, Game 3, Sammy.
What was it? 18-17 last week.
18-17, 17-12 tonight.
17-12 tonight. High scoring affairs, up and down, fast-paced, good, skilled box lacrosse.
And I've just heard...
Where else would you rather be? I'd travel from Salisbury if I lived out there.
Well, look, I'd come from the other ends of the earth down at McLaren Vale, and you know, why wouldn't you be here? And I've just heard in my ear, the producer's giving me an extra song next week for 3 in the contract. I normally have 2 songs that I'm allowed to sing during the night. But
here he is.
Game 3 it is, and here we go, Mr. Dave Gow. How are you?
I feel much better after that.
You feel much better after that? Here we go. Look into this one.
First ground ball, all 4 quarters. Just stock standard Gow stuff, isn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. Just trying to do. They were killing us out of the face-off, so
yeah.
Made sure I tried to focus on that, you know, when I was out there, because get first touch on the ball, or at least make it a contest, was really important, and they were killing us, and so really stopped the flow for them and really helped us.
And you had every ground ball, first ground ball in every quarter.
That's exactly what I just said, Tony.
No, that's why I'm here. That's why I get paid the big bucks.
You talk to me, all right? You talk to me. How many did you end up with tonight? I know you keep count. 4, 3?
No, I have no idea.
You don't. He knows.
I don't. I'm a D guy.
5. Well, okay.
5. I gave up. I'd like to think 0 bad goals defensively. I'd like to think good talk, good communication. They had a couple good offensive sets. I'm a D guy, as much as I'd love.
You're a transition guy.
Am I?
I've seen you boot up that floor.
Is that what you meant before saying he was a trans guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
that's what I thought.
I didn't know what that was about.
But
we hang out a lot.
Yeah.
That's all right. I've heard that.
A lot.
And getting pretty physical in that second half, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I know with some of their younger guys, you know, I can just kind of muscle them around and kind of then they'll take that outside shot. Let Dylan play his angle, let us play it. So don't allow him inside. You know, we'll take the high percentage shot for our defense, that outside shot, and you know, hopefully get the stop. And then you know, just I can only worry about half the scoreboard.
That's it.
So you've scored 17 this week, 17 last week.
Yeah.
What do you got for us next week?
I think it's going to be a much better defensive battle. I'll probably go. I think it's going to probably be close to a race of 11 or 12. You know, not many penalties. I think we didn't have any short, so that was a big focus. You know, we had 3 or 4 man-up goals, so that really helps. You know, if it stays 5-on-5, yeah, I think it's probably going to be a race to about 11 or 12 goals. First one to get there, you know, probably will take this one, I think.
Yeah. Well, we are really looking forward to Game 3. I can
yeah,
tell you.
that was a lot of fun out there.
And what about the crowd here tonight?
It was good. We heard them. They were yelling. They were booing. People were yelling at me.
Yeah.
I loved it. I had someone yelling in the corner that I had an illegal pick right down here last 30 seconds.
That pick here.
No way.
On Eben.
No, I think it was on Kai.
That was Twisky that
Twisky.
I was on the backside. No, I had Kai with Jesse coming down.
I
was like, no, I saw it. I was telling Jesse to turn. Someone was telling me there was a moving pick. I was like, that's not happening.
No.
I'm not calling that one.
I was going to say the one on Eben just here.
I heard about it. People were talking about it on the bench. I didn't see it.
You'll have to watch it back live on LSA TV.
That
was a great pick.
Third. Third quarter.
Yeah.
No, fourth.
I think it was fourth. I heard about it when we were kind of...
Nothing in it.
Yeah.
Nothing in that.
What about the one on K-Man the other side there?
Oh, that was pretty dangerous. The fact they only got 2, I was a little upset about it.
Hard to see from where we were. Was he still in the air?
So he had about a meter from the boards, and it was just all back, and it's just dangerous. Okay. I know we kind of pulled up on that, but just dangerous. I mean, we don't need to send anybody to the hospital.
So it was in the back.
It was definitely. I thought it was in the back from the angle I saw. You know, everyone sees a different angle. Yeah. I saw it from that, and you know, we're right there, and it's just, you know, and the fact he didn't play the rest of the game. You know,
yeah, well, he looked. He obviously came off, and he was very shaken at the back here.
Yeah, he's hurt. I don't think
we know the Persian nightclub owner. He's always a smile, but he was feeling it a little bit there.
Yeah, so, he's hurting.
And again, it was really difficult for us to see at the distance here just how far away from the wall. It looked like a good hit initially, but obviously
it's that game of the referees. If it's kind of that gray area, but the fact it's dangerous and he got hurt. Obviously, luckily not serious hurt. Nobody wants to. Everyone wants to play hard, and so don't think it's anything about the refs or the players. I don't think it was that. I think it just caught up in the moment. I mean, it was a tough game all the way through. So
physical is good.
You know, I wouldn't really look into it or anything serious, or we're gonna get that guy next game or anything like that.
No,
that's not it.
Absolutely. Well,
that's what you say publicly anyway.
Yeah.
No, that's not my style. 0 penalties.
I know.
I think I've 1 this year.
And Sammy did say that Dylan has 1 bad quarter. That second one was starting to look like letting them back into the game there.
Well, that's Brighton style. They go for a good 3-4 minutes. You know, they were down about 4 goals. They got 2 quick ones. That's their style to kind of deflate our wins. And so after that, we put a good solid DV unit out there, get some stops, get everybody refocused, resettle, get back into our game, just stop the bleeding a little bit and, let Dylan refocus, help everyone out. Dylan had a great game.
Had a
couple softies.
Oh,
yeah,
I would say both goalies had a great game tonight.
He did.
Really.
I even got a hidden ball. I almost got a second hidden
I
ball.
saw
Except
the
I
hidden
can't
ball
shoot.
was beautiful.
Sammy was all over that
Were
hidden
you?
ball.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this.
I don't miss much.
But in this past winter, I got a hidden ball on him.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah,
Sammy doesn't say much about that, but he did notice that one down
That's
there.
okay.
Can we edit that out?
No,
we'll edit that out.
We will?
No.
That's
No,
the
this is
only,
live.
the thing is, though, that's the only range I can score from when the goalie's not looking, and I still
And on
almost
the
miss.
crease.
That's the only way I can
That's
score.
all right. Take them when you get them, mate.
That's right. I'll take garbage goals all day.
All right, well, we'll let you go, Dave. Absolutely fantastic.
Thanks.
Living
See you
choice
Friday.
player
See you Friday.
of the game tonight.
Well done,
in
mate.
The
Cheers, boys.
Game 2 of the grand final series here at the Blackwood Thunderdome. We might wrap it up here, Sammy. Thanks.
Sounds good to me.
Ed on the camera jumped
Thank
in,
you.
did a great job. We were watching the replays back
Pretty
here
good,
as
eh?
well. Marty Baker, who brings it all to you and allows us to talk. Mr. Sammy Kilford, thank you for
Tony.
coming down here. It's always a pleasure being here with you.
Free on a Friday night, so why not, eh?
And so on behalf of myself, Tony Watts, and Lacrosse SA TV, and our major sponsors in Living Choice and Traditional, we would like to say a big thank you. We hope the crowd's double what it is this time next week, but if not, stay live and free on the Lacrosse South Australia network or Lacrosse South Australia TV. Until then, stay safe. We look forward to bringing you Game 3 here next Friday night, live at 8 o'clock on LSA TV.